For those curious, I've been in 40K off and on for a very long time. May of 91. Well, late April. I go May 1st is whenever I do the anniversary for it. And if you ever want proof, how many people still have this box? One of these days, I'm actually going to get to it. I've been telling myself that for over 30 years. But, for reference, the other thing is, how many of you have ever heard of Warhammer Ancient Battles? Not fantasy, not 40K, Ancients. Because they used to do events for it at HMGS East conventions. And the guys that would they'd send, you could actually play games with. So when people say Games Workshop is indifferent about people, or indifferent about the game, no, I know what it's like when they're indifferent. That was the case 25 years ago. They actively hate you and want some of us dead. My proof? Tom Mendelsohn is still employed there. Tom Mendelsohn, the guy who has been actively trying to force out the old crowd, which, for reference, old 40K was very, very metal. Modern 40K, at best, is radio rock. But what they're trying to push it towards is Lilith Fair rock. You know, Alanis Morissette and her crowd. A lot of people say they're trying to get the wider audience. Lilith Fair doesn't exist anymore. There are actually more metal fairs now than there were 25, 30 years ago. Metal lives. Lilith Fair, no, that's death. Chasing the people who have been your breadwinners for 40 years now, in the chase of people who do not give a shit about the hobby and never will, terrible idea. Yeah, Thomas Mendelsohn, the guy who's been trying to push that, still with the company. The guy who basically did all apparently of the woke shit. Still there. He hasn't been fired yet. Haven't been announced as firing. Apparently on Indeed, he's still there. Other thing, blatant communist. Communists want me dead. How can I say that? Well, they wiped out an entire branch of my family back in 1918. Because it was inconvenient to the Soviet state. My grandfather fled after World War I. Otherwise, they would have killed him, my grandfather, and all of his siblings too. So yeah. Games Workshop doesn't just not care, they actively hate us.